Hi there, it's Janice Thompson from JazzleDazzleCrafts.com. Thanks for joining me today and coming to watch the video that I'm putting out today. Today I've come on to do a video about this Graceful glass designer series paper. It's one of the speciality papers in this year's catalogue and it's vellum. I'm going to take the pack out now. The reason I've decided to do this video is I've had quite a few questions about how we can colour on the vellum, and so I thought instead of just directly answering the question to the people who asked, if some people are asking the question, probably there's quite a lot of people thinking it. So I thought I'd come on today and give you some ideas of what how you can colour this. I'm not going to influence too much. I'll show you one card, but I'm not wanting to influence you too much on what you do with the beautiful designs in this pack. So it's a 6x6 pack and there's each of 12 patterns, I believe, in it. So just quickly, I've already cut these two sheets up. That each sheet had 4 of these panels, and that's what we're going to work on today. So then there's this like squares. I've forgotten the artist who does this sort of squares type thing. It'll come to me after the video, or if it comes to me before I finish I'll see whose style I think that is. I can't think. These beautiful stained glass windows, look, with the butterflies and the flowers. These are gorgeous. These are just so fun. Then a nice, just a kind of stained glass panel, a swirly pattern. Now the black is pre-printed on and it's slightly raised, so it will make colouring in a lot easier. Another like a window panel type of pattern, I'm sure. These are gorgeous. I really like these ones, and there are some ideas for these birds in the catalogue which I will take a look at later. Like them. I think there'll be a card coming from me with them at least. There's another kind of pattern, like a squashed hexagon. These beautiful flower panels. They'll be used individually on cards or bookmarks. I think these are beautiful for that. Or maybe on a gift box. A fancy wee chevron 3D type pattern. A lattice. And then some squares. Lovely patterns. These are beautiful. But the question I was asked was, what can I colour these with if I don't have this or I don't have that? So I thought, well, Stampin' Up have quite a lot of colouring tools, so I'm going to work through a few ideas. We may finish up with a card at the end of this video, and we may not. I have started some of these, but we'll talk about them as we go. So different ways as I say, I've started some of these and we'll look at different ways of colour. I'm not going to complete any of these today, I don't think. I don't think you really want to be sitting watching me colouring. However, let's have a talk. Right, so on this one I use blends. I just pulled out 3 of the stronger. I think if you really want the colours to stand out a bit with the blends, you probably need to use the darker colour in your pairs. So I'm sorry about the shadows. I'm filming late at night. I was sitting doing some colouring to relax, and I thought may as well share it with you. But this is the best I can do for lighting at the moment. But I'm sure you can see what we're doing here. So basically, do you know, it's as simple as what I'm doing right now. I use the brush end nearly always with my blends, unless I'm doing something really, really small. So then I just decided, just as we go along, what colours go in where. So there you go, just as simple as that. You don't need to be an expert. I'm not an expert colourer, and there are plenty of people out there who are very artistic and help you with light and dark shading. I'm just really showing you how to get the colour down, and for me I think the results are fine. could put a couple of coats of the colour on each well, I'm calling them petals, whatever you want to call them. And then I'll probably take my brush end of the deep Bermuda Bay. Because it's on vellum, although this is a deep colour, it's not too intense on the vellum. So we'll do the Bermuda Bay, and I might just do the spot in the middle orange. So we'll just colour all the spots to see what I mean. It's so easy with the blends. Just a light touch with the end of the brush tip. That's so easy. So there you go. There's one made. I've not finished it, but I'm just showing you what to do. So there's the one with the blends. Now, then, let me see what we got here. Right, so this one I'm using my Wink of Stella with, now everything that I'm using here is available in your catalogue. So I was using that with lovely lipstick, and I'm going to put a bit of the Mango Melody and a bit of Canny Apple Green. Just bright colours to see what happens. Now with your Wink of Stella, you can use this like an aqua painter. But it's not as runny as the aqua painter, like just pure water. It's a bit more viscous, so it's perfect for this. Now, before I open it, if you squeeze the sponge onto the lid of your ink, if you do it from the bottom, put the pressure on the bottom, then open up, and you've got some ink on the palette here. So again, you just lift some colour with your Wink of Stella. This gives you a lovely, lovely effect because it leaves a glistening effect. You can just pick up as much of the colour or as little of the colour if you want. Isn't that gorgeous? I don't know what you can see. I don't know if I put a bit of white behind it, if it helps you to see, but it is truly beautiful. It's probably much better in real life than it is. So again, there you go. Wink of Stella, easy peasy. So there's another option. I'm going to finish that myself in a little while. Clean my Wink of Stella off, lid back on. We'll return to that later. Excuse me, something just, things falling off my magnet there. So I'll just put these colours to the side just now, although I think I maybe need I'll have to use them again here. Okay, so this one is ink with the blender pen instead of the Wink of Stella. So again, we've got ink in the lid of the ink pad, and I've got one of my blender pens here, and I've already done that middle bit, so and I don't really, well, I was supposed to be cute. Right, so I can pick up the colour with the blender pen, and then again we can do beautiful deep pink, this lovely lipstick, gorgeous. No sparkle this time, but you know what, lovely colour. So if I use the other end of the blender pen, I'll keep that because I'm going to finish that one later without you watching. Then I'm going to open this what's it called? Mango Melody. I'm still learning the new colours. So Mango Melody. And oh, that wasn't meant to. Well, it's not really gone onto the lid. Let's try again. Squeeze, squeeze, and I'm squeezing down the bottom so that I'm squeezing the sponge onto the lid. Hopefully this time we'll have some. Not a lot, but we have got some, so enough. So I'm not going to use the pink end because this is a lighter colour. So just make sure that the colour that I've previously been using is off there altogether. Just doing it on my scratch paper. So picking up the colour with my blender pen, and so just going to do these bits here, the in between bits. You see the blender pen, I picked up quite a bit of colour on it. Good strong colour there. So that's ink with blender pens. Now clean off the blender pen. Put that away just now. We'll come back to that. Right, what other colouring tools do we have in Stampin' Up? Do you know? Can you guess what else we might be able to use? So, something else I tried was, at least I think it was, I've maybe got this wrong way round, but yeah, I think I did get this the wrong way round, but we'll just take this one and do that. We'll start again here. So I used the watercolour pencil. So I'm going to choose some colours here. A pink, a deeper pink. We've got Rich Razzleberry, Bermuda Bay and Melon Mambo. So just again going to use the watercolour pencil with the blender pen here. So I need to clear that blender pen off. Clean it off and then add some colour. So in the middle here I'm just popping some colour from my pencil, then take my blender pen and work that colour right into the area. Are you seeing that? Okay, sorry, I'm a bit. Work that right into the shape there. And then take one of my other colours. I'll put the blue in here. I'm just trying to choose bits where you'll see it. So again, colouring you don't have to be particularly good at. Just put some colour in. Making sure that that's cleaned off. And then just take your blender, the end of the blender pen in, move that colour about. More colour. Move it about. Okay. So that's another. I'm just clearing off the blender pen. And then you could also use your Ink of Stella with these watercolour pencils. These are fab and they're not expensive, and they have brought out some more. I haven't got the new colours yet, but I will be getting them. They'll be going in my next order. I'm thrilled to bits with the idea. Love my watercolour pencils, they're fabulous. There's 14 colours at the moment, and then I think there might be about another 10 colours. So I'm going to have to find a bigger box to keep them in, something more special for them. Okay, and then last but not least, we have another one here which I've done a fair bit of, so I can finish well. I've actually set it into a card here where I've used my square layering squares and die cut space, then put it and sandwiched it with a wee bit there. But let's have a look. We'll finish this bit off. So I don't have a lot of the Stamp markers. Again, I do plan to get more, but at the moment I have last year's in colours. Here, a full set of them. I've got a few odd ones, but I got a full set of these ones. So I'm just carry on with the colouring and let you see how again, these have got two ends to them. We've got a finer tip, like a marker tip, and a brush tip. And again, I like colouring with the brush tip. So I've already put coloured in the dots. I'm just doing this with lemon lime twist around the berry burst. There we go. I really like these colours. And again, you can, you're achieving something fairly quickly here. You don't have to take hours over it. Good coverage with these markers. They're nice and smooth to use. And it's quite easy to keep within the lines. So there we go, that's that. So there's probably 6 ways you can colour on these. I'll just test for you with one of these spare ones just to make sure what I'm telling you about the watercolour pencils with Wink of Stella. Let's just test it out and check. I was only having a wee guess there, but it would work, so let's see. So we can layer some. This is some real red, so I'm going to pop some real red into this shape here and take my Wink of Stella, make sure it's cleaned off. Yes, it is. And there you go. Wink of Stella works perfectly with the watercolour pencils as well. So 6 different ways that I've discovered so far that I can colour these. I'm going to go with an orange middle here. This is pumpkin pie. So it's up to you how much colour you lay down. Clean off my Wink of Stella. And here I'll get another sparkly. And just work it out to the edges of the circle. I think that's fabulous. That's given another sparkly finish. What do you think? That's 6 different ways I've come up with. Has anyone got any other ideas? Please share them. So this one is the one that's closest to being finished. I'm going to put the others to the side and just make a wee card with this one. Right, so, where's the bit that's... What did I do there? I had one that was nearly finished. Did you see where it went? Oh, here it is. Being a bit of a donut tonight. I think it's quite late, but I just wanted to share with you. Okay, so... I just got something wet off one of the other ones. This is one that's nearly finished, so we'll quickly... I think I've got a bit of colour on it from something else. I must have limed it onto one of the ones that's still wet, but really just to show you, just quickly probably one of my quietest videos, but I wanted to answer the question and actually demonstrate the different ways we could colour the vellum. So I'm so pleased I've actually come up with 6. Now, can you remember what they are? So we've got our blends, like I'm doing just now. We've got Wink of Stella with our ink from our ink pad. We've got Wink of Stella with our watercolour pencils. We've got the normal blender with our ink and with our watercolour pencils, and we've got our Stampin' markers. That's surely enough to be getting on with. So I'm just about done round this circle, and then we'll make up a wee card just since it's nice to do at least, you know, finish one project in a video. So just about there. And just colour in the wee circles with our pumpkin pie. This is the dark pumpkin pie. I'm just quickly doing the dots. Quite a nice wee colourway here. Don't need to finish all of this one because this time I'm doing one with a circle aperture. So I've cut out a piece of basic black card, 8 inches by 4 inches, and scored it at 4 inches to make a card. And then I've taken my second largest layering circle die from the layering circles, the scalloped edge one, and I have cut, and I've just eyeballed it in the middle of the front panel for the card. I've also cut out a square slightly smaller than 4 by 4 here from there, from another piece of black, and I'm going to use that to sandwich the vellum in between, and again I've just cut the aperture out of that. So I've got my bit here that I've coloured. I have got some glue, have I? Can you see it? Not very tidy tonight. Oh, here we are, it's tidy here, okay. So just very quickly, so that I can move things about, I'm just going to put a wee line, whoops, of Tombow kind of near the circle, and then I'm going to try and position my, bring that a wee bit in here. I don't want it to come out the edge, but so I'm just going to put my circle Hi there, sorry about that. The film cut out a bit. I'm not quite sure what happened, but I think you just missed the bit where I put the other circle behind to sandwich the vellum in between, and align the inside of the card with white, so and I think that it shows up better. If you want to make the colour stronger, what you can do is colour on the back as well with your blends. Actually that would then give this a really nice finish, so you know you could, of course, now that this, if I close this before it's wet, dried properly, shouldn't take long to dry because it's alcohol pens. So you see what I mean? You could make the colour on both sides. That'll make it stronger, but it'll also make it look quite effective on the inside too. So you have got that choice there to do that if you want to. So just to finish the card off, I'm just going to put a wee sentiment on. I'm just letting it dry a bit. So I've just got this stamp set called Very Vintage, and I am going to do a film probably tomorrow showing you this stamp set. Is beautiful, but I'm just going to use the little sentiment out of here that says "For You" on this card. So I've already got that stamp on my block here, and I've got my 1 1/8 scallop punch and a scrap of Whisper White. So I'm just going to punch out one circle, that's all, just a simple greeting, put that to the side. And I've got my stamp on the pad, I've got my memento here by my side where it usually is, and as I say, we've just got this little sentiment, and all it actually says is "For You." Beautiful script, isn't it? Really like that. Lid back on my ink, and now I need a, and I thought I had brought over beside me. Oh, sometimes I'm so organised, I'm disorganised. Here we go. I knew I had them, a dimensional. So on the back of that, we'll just put 1 dimensional, that's plenty. is the card, and I'm just going to pop that there. So we've got scallops going in, the main scallops coming out of there for you. And I think that's plenty, just a nice wee stained glass card. You could use that, excuse me, I'm losing my voice here. You could use that for anything really. Just a wee handwritten note to a friend or whatever. So what do you think? So, you know, all the different ways of colouring, different ways of making them into cards. There's one with a square aperture. I'll do quickly, I've got a sentiment stamped for that. We'll just put a dimension on the back of that. For you. I didn't line that one. If I just very, very quickly, there's a scrap of Whisper White, I'll just cut that and we'll pop that in there. So I want to make that one already is just a bit smaller than 4 inches in that direction. And that's a square. I'll just quickly pop some glue around the edge there. And we'll stick this on the inside of this one. Put somewhere to write in this one. And there you go, 2 lovely cards using the vellum. Coloured, this one's coloured with the markers, I'll need to finish that off, and this one's coloured with the blends. And as we saw earlier in the video, there's all different ways to use them. When I finish them all, I'll make them all into cards, and I'll put a wee picture on my blog of all the different cards. And so you can have a go, or you can let me know which colouring method you think is best, what you like the most of what I've done. I think for me it is the ink with the Wink of Stella. This is one of my favourite tools. I love it, and it gives a beautiful sparkly finish to your work. Anyway, you know, each to his own. We all like different things, so let me know what you think. Thanks for sticking with me to the end of this wee video. I hope it's helped you if you were wondering what to do with the vellum paper. It's gorgeous. So have fun, and I look forward to seeing what you all do. Thank you.